Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 10 facts you probably didn't know about Top Boy. Now I'm going to do everyone a favour and skip the more obvious facts about Drake producing it and obviously bringing it back to life. Also, unlike Netflix, I'm going to be talking about all 4 seasons. That includes the first 2, which are the Summer House seasons. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into it. Fact number 1. So did you know the creator of the show, Ronan Bennett, came up with the idea of the show way back in 2001? There were 2 really prominent events that happened in his life that made him want to make the show. One of them was actually quite heartbreaking. So the first of these events is when he witnessed a very young child dealing drugs outside his local supermarket. This piqued his interest as to why the child would be doing this at such a young age. The second event was when he was at a maternity ward at a hospital in Hackney. It was about 1 in the morning just after his wife had given birth. Ronan had took a walk down to the hospital reception area to take a break. When he came down to the main reception, he heard a load of commotion and he heard a load of fighting and screaming. As he walked in, he saw 2 groups of youths just trying to fight each other, throw chairs, push each other, and it was getting really, really violent. And that sparked the idea of why are people doing this? As he then walked outside to get away from the fight, he then saw a young guy, obviously from Hackney, covered in blood, still fighting someone while he had a drip in him. These 2 things that happened in Ronan's life and the things he saw sparked the idea of why are these communities and why are the people from these places doing this sort of thing? This then made him go on to speak to local people in the community and get stories from them and understand the ways of these people. After getting all these stories and putting them together, he then wrote the first draft of Top Boy and gave it to the BBC. BBC didn't really like it very much, but then that's when he passed it on to Channel 4 a year later, and that's how the show got commissioned. And next with fact number 2. So fans of the original 2 seasons will notice that Ronell, who was a very prominent character in the first 2 seasons of Summer House, is not in the show anymore, and they always wonder why. In an interview with Ashley Walters, he mentions that Malcolm Camulet, who plays Ronell, is just no longer really interested in the role anymore. He's since found other things in his life like football and other passions. He still acts, but he's just got no real expression or interest in being in Top Boy anymore. It was a shame for the cast because they did want to bring him back. Interestingly though, some people have theorised that Modi, who's played by the rapper Dave in season 3, is actually Ronell grown up. Obviously we know this isn't the case, but this doesn't stop the fact that there's a possibility in season 5 Ronell will come back as a main character, which I really hope because that would make a lot of sense. And fact number 3. So speaking of Modi, who's obviously played by the British rapper Dave, he isn't the only music artist to be a successful actor within the Top Boy series. There's a long list of different characters who are actually music artists in the real world. Here's some of them. So as well as Dave, there is also of course Little Sims, who plays Shelley. As well as this, there's the one and only Kano, who plays Sully. Ashley Walters is also a very well-known artist by the name of Asher D, who used to be in So Solid Crew. He plays Dushane. Teo Jarrett, aka Scorcher, was Kamali in the Summer House seasons. And finally, Bashi, aka Ashley Thomas, also plays the role of Jermaine in the series. And fact number 4, so another member of the UK music scene who you might be surprised is actually in there is Jay Huss. Now, although he's not technically in there, as in you can't see his face, Modi, when he first comes out of prison, utters the words "daily offender, crazy stand-up," which actually comes from Jay Huss's song Reckless, and that's what he's quoting in the series.
You gonna know who your friends are, daily offender, crazy stand-up.
And now with fact number 5. So some of the appearances of the actors in the show actually aren't anything to do with the UK music scene. However, they are very prominent actors in other UK gritty dramas. Some of the ones to know are Michael Ward, who plays Jamie, Hope Ikapoku, who plays his brother Aaron, Kadeem Ramsey, who plays Kit, and Callie Best, who plays Kadeem. All of these actors all appear in Blue Story, which is a very gritty UK drama film which shares a lot of themes with Top Boy. And I'm sure if you've seen Top Boy, you've also probably seen Blue Story. And moving on to fact number 6, another additional familiar face you might see in season 4, it's a very blink and you miss it appearance, is actually Steve Stamp, who plays Steves in People Just Do Nothing. Just to mention this as well, I have done a People Just Do Nothing top 10 things you didn't know, and if you'd like to click the link either here or here and watch that as well, I promise you it's very in-depth and you can find out a lot about that show as well. And fact number 7, so due to filming in mostly rough areas within Hackney and East London, Ashley Walters actually mentioned in an interview that they got approached by a dealer in real life because the filming of the show was obviously putting off customers coming to the dealers to get their crack because, the cameras are around, they don't want to be on camera. So Ashley actually said that someone came up to him and said, look mate, we can't make any money because, you're scaring off all our customers, you need to give us some money. Now, he doesn't say what happened after this, but I'm guessing with Drake funding the show, they had the money to make these people go away, and that's probably what happened. And fact number 8. Speaking of dealers, did you know that Top Boy boasts the fact that it had the top earning star of 2018 on the corner selling crack? That's no exaggeration. Letitia Wright is shot to success as Shuri in the box office hit Black Panther, and also as Nish in the very popular episode of Black Mirror titled Black Museum. However, before these breakout roles, she was featured as a corner girl named Chantel in the very first season of Top Boy. And fact number 9, speaking of the Marvel Universe, Cheetah Wright isn't the only person from Top Boy to end up in the Marvel Universe. Benedict Wong, who played the violent, intimidating weed grower in the Summer House seasons, now has a reoccurring role as Wong, Doctor Strange's accomplice in Doctor Strange, Avengers, and even the recent smash hit Spider-Man No Way Home. And before I go on to the last fact, please can I just plug myself 1 second? Stay with me, I'm going to be very quick. In lockdown, I made a short film which was heavily inspired by Top Boy. It's very similar in theme, it's only 8 minutes long, I promise you it's not shit. If you could please go and give it a like and give it a watch from the link in the description, it would mean a lot. Thanks so much. And moving on to the final fact, fact number 10. Surprisingly, Kano nearly never played Sully. Kano is one of, if not the best actor in the show, and his performance on the show as Sully is so authentic and captivating. However, initially, in the show's very first season, he was never interested in the part. Kano had never done any acting before Top Boy, and wasn't at all interested. The casting director found Kano and convinced him to audition. On the day of the audition, Ashley Walters had already auditioned with several other people. The chances of Kano getting the part for Sully were very slim. However, the director of the first season, Jan de Mange, saw something in Kano. Right before the audition, he told him, "You're great, but you just seem so quiet. Your character is someone who can lose it at any moment. So just remember, all the things in the audition room are replaceable. I want you to go in there and really go for it." After those words of wisdom, Kano, he collected himself and he proceeded to read with Ashley Walters. As an argument ensues in the scene, Kano grabbed Ashley and pushed him against the wall, knocking over several pieces of furniture and pushing a table into one of the casting directors. Everyone in the room was shocked, including the cast directors and the producers and even his co-star. Fortunately though, this action, however, would land Kano the role and thus gave us one of the best and most authentic UK characters to ever grace the scene. And that's it for the top 10 facts about Top Boy. I hope you enjoyed this video. I am buzzing for season 5 to come out. I binged season 4 all in one day. It's looking like there's going to be a 2023 release for this, as there was such a gap between the last 2 seasons only because of lockdown, so it shouldn't be too long. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you could give a like below, it really means a lot as I'm a new and growing channel. And also go and check out some of my other videos. You might like them as well. Thank you very much, and thanks for watching. Bye.